Hey, Facebook world. So, how'd you like the muted Facebook Live earlier today? That was really spectacular, right? Um, so, I think I'm going to wait until I can get confirmation from somebody that you can hear me. So, if you can hear me and you're watching this right now, could you please put a little message down below in the comment section and just let me know that you can hear me before I do another Facebook Live with no volume, because obviously that doesn't help anybody. So at any rate, I'm waiting. I hope you guys have all had a great day today. 13 people. All right, so those of you who just joined me, give me a comment section, please, and something in the comment section that you can hear me, please, 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 so I can quickly get on with this Facebook Live on the whiteboard topics of, are you passing subluxations on to your kids? So if you can hear me, please make a comment section. I see a whole bunch of you have joined. Could you do that, please? I would really appreciate it, or else I'm just wasting your time. And maybe you can't even hear me, and that's why, can you hear me? Maybe that's why no one is making a comment. Anyone? Anyone? Okay, well, I'm not going to do this again if no one can hear me. You can hear me. Thank you so much, Dr. Laura and Dr. Sherry. I really appreciate it. All right, so now I feel a little bit better. All right, so are you passing subluxations onto your kids? So then here is what you will do. You will write on your whiteboard, are you passing subluxations onto your kids? And whiteboards are awesome because you'll start training your practice members to the first thing when they come into your adjusting room is they'll see on your whiteboard whatever the topic is. And then it's really awesome because it starts the conversation on a note about education, a note about getting to know them better, a note about strengthening the relationship, about retention, referrals, something other than how are you feeling? And I also encourage you is to be mindful that the quality of your questions directs the quality of your answers, right? So if you ask me, how are you feeling today? In our society, we're conditioned to either lie and say, oh, I'm fine. Meanwhile, my dog got run over and I was just diagnosed with, some terrible disease and blah, blah. Or what happens is that we go for something negative because that's kind of what we've been taught. So I encourage you instead to think about when, like I always said to my practice members, and if any of you are joining us, because it's kind of cool, even after all these years, I have practice members who join my Facebook Live, which makes me super excited. I always say, what's a good word on the streets today? So I'm asking my practice member, I'm asking the person I'm engaging with to think through their mind of what's positive. Just like if I ask my mind, do I have an abundant life? It's going to go to work and show me and prove like, yes, Dr. Barb, you have an abundant life. Versus if I ask my mind, does my life stink? It's going to go, oh yeah, look at all these things whereby your life is. And the same thing is your attitude with your practice members. I learned this from Tony Palermo, and I did it every single day. When you put your key in the door, look up to heaven and say, you send them, I'll serve them. Like, send me people. I want to serve them. I want to help them. I want to love on them. I want to approve of them. I want to appreciate them. So remember, there are 5 A's: applause, approval, acceptance, appreciation, and acknowledgement. If you just focused on showering your practice members with one of those 5 A's specifically, and you can do that by watching the No White Spaces video down below, I promise you will love your practice more. You will love your practice members more. And they will love the experience more as well. And I apologize, it's dark in here. I'm not really sure why. All right, so again, are you passing on subluxations to your kids? So I simply would ask my practice members that, like, are you passing on subluxation? And then depending on what their answer is, I would take them through. Remember that subluxated daddy, subluxated mommy make a subluxated baby. So what happens then is just like you pass on your hair color, your eye color, certain mannerisms that you have, we also pass on subluxations. We pass on weaknesses to our children, which is why it's so important to have your kids checked for subluxation. And just by having them checked, I can let you know, like, yeah, I'm kind of seeing the same patterns that I see in your spine and your nerve system. Or I can simply say, like, you know, it's looking good. And my recommendation is that let's check Johnny or let's check Sally or whoever again in 30 days. But it's that checkup. And also please make sure that you're finding out from your practice members, if they're not bringing their kids in, ask them. I'm curious, like this is how you would ask them. I'm curious to know what prevents you from bringing your kids in for a checkup? What prevents you from bringing your kids in for a checkup? I also used to ask, and I'm kind of giving away future whiteboard topics, but I used to ask my practice members too, what do you find is the number one reason that prevents those that you know from following in your healthy footsteps? Like, what's keeping them from scheduling a checkup? So then as I go along in this conversation of, are you passing subluxations on to your kids? Then I always review with a practice member too. All right, so what are the 3 causes of subluxation, right? Physical, chemical, and emotional stress greater than our body's ability to adapt causes subluxation. That's like me trying to talk to you with my hand in my mouth. No matter how important my message is that I need to get to you, if my hand is over my mouth and you can't understand me, it's no good. And that's what happens when we're subluxated, is our brain is trying to tell all our cells and tissues how to be well, how to heal, how to fight off pathogens, how to run faster, how to think smarter, how to prioritize, how to process, how to make sure that your heart is beating on day 22 in utero, how to make sure that your cervical spine is being formed in the 6th to 7th week, how to do all of these things is above, down, inside out. It's your nerve system controlling all that through innate intelligence. But if you have subluxation, physical, chemical, and emotional stress greater than our body's ability to adapt, it cannot follow the genetic code that it was given in order to produce a healthy, happy baby. So it's so important that mommy, daddy get adjusted and that their kids follow suit. So one of the greatest things that you can do for your child is to start getting adjusted before you ever decide to get pregnant. And then when you get pregnant, to make sure that mama is adjusted throughout pregnancy. And then after delivery, you know, as soon as you possibly can, call me and I'll be there to check your baby to ensure that their cervical spine and their nerve system is functioning at 100%, because their body's like it's growing and changing so fast. And if you want to give your child the best, make sure that they receive a chiropractic checkup within hours of their birth. I promise you it will make a difference. So there you go, whiteboard topic. Are you passing on subluxations to your kids? So again, I apologize that Dr. Amy and I weren't able to come to you today. She was expressing through innate intelligence of getting rid of some toxicity in your body through puking. But once again, I will let you know that we are on for next Tuesday. Is a big day in the world of Facebook on this page, because at 2 p.m. Eastern is my accountant and I, Jason Pivos. And we are going to be going through and answering a bunch of questions that you've been submitting about student loan forgiveness. What does the IRS say about that? And we're just going to get rid of any myths that are out there. And he's going to give you plenty of references and documentation regarding that topic. And then at 9:30 Eastern is Dr. Amy and I. And we're going to be talking about how do we better serve kids with special needs, specifically autism and neurodevelopmental disorders. And we're even going to get into marketing about that. How can you find and attract these families who desperately need your help and build a team to serve them? So thanks so much. I apologize that the other one was muted, but you get me twice. It just doesn't get better than that. So thanks so much. God bless you and have a great day.